Many articles have discussed the notion that modern society has rendered people helpless and unable to take care of themselves. According to these opinions, people have become increasingly reliant on external sources for their basic needs and have lost touch with valuable life skills. Additionally, this trend has resulted in a more isolated society, with individuals becoming less connected to their local communities and more accustomed to socializing through digital means rather than in person. The idea that modern society has made people less self-sufficient and more isolated is certainly a popular one. And while there are many factors that have contributed to this trend, I think a few stand out. First of all, modern society has become incredibly specialized. We have jobs that require highly specific skills and knowledge, which means that people often don't have the broad range of skills needed to be self-sufficient in multiple areas. For example, many people today might not know how to grow their own food, repair a car, or fix a leaky faucet. These are all things that our ancestors would have had to do themselves, but today we have specialists who can handle these tasks for us. Another factor is the rise of technology. While technology has certainly made our lives easier in many ways, it has also created a dependence on machines and devices that can be difficult to repair or replace if they break down. This has led to a decline in traditional skills like carpentry, cooking, and sewing, which were once considered essential for daily life. Finally, changes in family structure and social norms have also contributed to the decline of community and social connections. The rise of individualism and the decline of traditional family structures have made it harder for people to connect with their neighbors and build strong social networks. Additionally, the growth of social media and other online platforms has made it easier to connect with people virtually, but has also contributed to a sense of isolation and disconnection from the real world. I think it's important to recognize that modern society has both benefits and drawbacks. While we have more conveniences and leisure time than our ancestors, we have also lost some of the skills and connections that were once considered essential for daily life. But that doesn't mean we can't learn these skills and find ways to connect with our communities. It just takes some effort and a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones. When individuals express their discontent with the traditional 9-to-5 workday and blame previous generations for creating a culture that doesn't allow for adequate personal time, they may fail to recognize the benefits of modern society. Our contemporary way of life affords us more downtime and access to modern conveniences than ever before. It's definitely true that modern society has given us a lot of conveniences that our ancestors didn't have access to. We have technologies that make our lives easier, from washing machines to smartphones, and we have more free time than ever before. However, I can also understand why people might feel like they don't want to work 9 to 5 anymore. For many, the traditional 9 to 5 workday can be draining and monotonous, and it doesn't always allow for a lot of flexibility. It's understandable that people want to find ways to work that are more fulfilling and allow them to have more control over their schedules. But at the same time, I do think it's important to recognize that the modern conveniences we enjoy come at a cost. The way our society is structured often requires us to work long hours and sacrifice personal time in order to maintain a certain standard of living. And while we do have more leisure time than our ancestors, we also face new challenges that can make it harder to fully disconnect and relax. I think it's important to find a balance between taking advantage of the benefits of modern society, while also recognizing its limitations and challenges. And I definitely think that it's possible to find ways to work and live that are more fulfilling and enjoyable, even within the traditional 9 to 5 framework. It just takes some creativity and willingness to try new things.